Trump takes office tomorrow, and there's already a major announcement for day one. He is going to issue a national emergency declaration for the southern border. On day two, mass deportations are scheduled to begin in Chicago. They are planned for the entire week, and then they will move into other cities around the country, including Miami, New York, and LA. This is what Trump is starting his first week in office. This is what many people voted for. This will have huge impact in the United States. And this is just the beginning. There is so much more. He believes he has unlimited power, and he is going to test that. And we need to be prepared.
I think a lot of food vendors are gonna get affected, because a lot of people that are food vendors are undocumented, and I have papers, but my family is undocumented.
There are also concerns about whether some parents might keep their children home from school when classes resume next Wednesday.
We have major breaking news right now. Donald Trump is expected to issue a national emergency declaration for the southern border tomorrow on his first day in office. He's also expected to begin mass deportations around the country as soon as Tuesday. According to the Wall Street Journal, the first city that will be targeted with raids is Chicago. Raids could last up to 1 week. Those raids will then expand to cities like Miami, New York, Los Angeles, and other metropolitan areas around the country. This will be phase one of the mass deportation plan. Part of that plan is declaring this emergency declaration for the southern border. It'll essentially empower him as the executive to take increased actions in his mind to stop the inflow of migration across the border. Now, it's unclear exactly what his plans are after phase one, but the country needs to be prepared for what's about to happen in less than 24 hours, because this is coming.
Some migrants are already choosing to leave the country voluntarily. News Nation's Jorge Ventura joins us live from San Antonio, Texas this morning with more on this story. Jorge, how many migrants are we actually seeing doing this, leaving voluntarily?
Right now, Marky, it's unclear, but we are starting to see a trend, and this comes as cities across the U.S. and Mexico are now bracing for President-elect's deportation operation. But his hardline messaging on those deportation efforts have some migrants panicking and some even choosing now to self-deport back to their home countries. I spoke with immigration attorney Rolando Vasquez, who tells me that some of the immigrants that he represents that entered under the Biden administration are now choosing to return home, fearing deportation under the incoming administration.
If you are undocumented in the city of Chicago or surrounding areas, please watch this video, or if you know someone who is, please send this to them. The Wall Street Journal is reporting that Donald Trump is planning to launch a mass deportation raid on Tuesday, January 21st, the day after his inauguration. This operation, involving up to 200 ICE officers, will target undocumented immigrants, including those with minor criminal records. It is expected to last for a week, and that there will be collateral arrests, which is when others are detained for simply being there. That's even if they have no criminal record. Chicago was specifically chosen due to the city's significant immigrant population and due to its sanctuary city policies, which have sparked tension between Trump and Mayor Brandon Johnson. These raids are part of Trump's broader immigration crackdown, which include targeting cities like Miami, New York, and Los Angeles. What do you guys think about this? Let me know down in the comments. Share this video to help spread the word, and make sure you're following me on all platforms so I can continue to keep you guys updated just in case this app does get banned.
If you're picked up and detained, there are some people, ICE, under our law, by Congress, they must keep you. It's called mandatory detention. It typically applies to individuals who have committed very serious crimes. No sympathy. You should understand that if you're under mandatory detention, you cannot come out, all right? They won't release you on bond. You're going to have to go through your entire immigration court process while detained. And it's going to be virtual through WebEx with the judge. But you have a right to have your lawyer privately hired by you represent you while you're being detained. For some other people now who are not subject to mandatory detention, because they're just not subject to that, they can put in a request to be bonded out so that they could go through their immigration court process while at home and, going to court and free, going back to work, taking care of the children and living your life while you're in removal. So most people are in that circumstance. Then there's another subset of individuals who can be deported immediately once picked up. And these are people who already have a removal order, and ICE was specifically targeting those individuals. They could put you on a plane immediately or send you back right away if you have that removal order. They will treat individuals a certain way. It depends on what's on their immigration record.